JCole, man, my glorious, most greatest rapper of all time, Jermaine Lamar Cole. J. Cole's dropping an album, y'all. The Fall Off. Pretty ironic because it ain't no fall off for me. The Fall Off is going to be a generational type studio album. I'm talking like The Blueprint. I'm talking like Graduation. I'm talking like Take Care, but better. I'm talking like Good Kid, Mad City, but better. I don't see this album flopping. I believe it's gonna sell 1 million, maybe 2 in the first week of pure album sales. Best rap album, Grammy, album of the year, record of the year. Has an insane album plan. I don't know. We're about to figure it out. Let's go.
All right, guys. So J. Cole and his team are leaving breadcrumbs everywhere about the direction of the Fall Off. And it starts with that video.
That album cover is
he dropped in reverse, track 2, disc 2. Because this wasn't a random loose record, it does appear to be slated for the album.
Hearing the chirps and naysayers who only days later I don't care
to me, this track is really...
So if y'all don't know, if also y'all haven't been sleeping and hibernating, bro, this nigga dropped a fucking song, disc 2, track 2 in the form of Nas, just everything going, you know what I'm saying, backwards and explaining everything from the time that he's dead all the way till he's in his mother's womb.
Important to pretty much everything. I've been working on a full scene by scene breakdown of that video for the last 7 days now.
Nobody can do that but me.
It's very layered with a lot of context, so stay tuned for that. But before we even get there, why this was the first record that he released is the real clue. And once you catch it, you understand what Cole is really trying to tell us about the Fall Off. First off, the opening statement of this music video really spells it out for us. Cole is saying that he wants to do what he was unable to do on his first album. Now, if you're familiar with Cole's career, you'll know that the Sideline Story wasn't exactly the debut album that he wanted. His intention since
I thought he was saying like the first record he wanted to do better than his first. I thought it was the come up, or is he actually talking about his first studio album once he signed, not a mixtape? So Core World, the Sideline Story, he wants to do better than that. I mean, anything he drops, I'm pretty sure with his evolution is going to be better than Core World. Core World is good, don't get me wrong, but it was just very, you could tell it catered to that 2010, 2011 sound.
Small Boy.
It was more commercial.
To come out the gate with an undisputed classic like an Illmatic or a Reasonable Doubt.
The only thing I ever wanted out of the game, which I still wanted, but the main thing I knew I wanted was like an Illmatic. Like I knew I wanted to come out the gate with a fucking hands down classic. I wanted my first album to be a hands down classic.
And more recently, remember, this is what he said about Reasonable Doubt.
The Fall Off is like
dropping Reasonable Doubt last.
But unfortunately, Cole's plan for an out-the-gate classic didn't happen with the Sideline Story. Many of us enjoyed the project, but for him,
what do you mean enjoyed it? That shit was great. It's still a good debut. It went #1, bro. You got Lost Ones, Sideline Story, of course, Workout, Can't Get Enough with Trey Songz. Bro, all of those songs are legendary.
They're legendary, bro. Periods of his career. Cole was being pulled in
Nobody's Perfect with Mary J.
And Jay-Z's constant push for a hit record got super ugly. It got to the point where he was second-guessing everything that he was doing creatively.
When I'm making
it wasn't raw.
I have to ask myself, is this a hit kick drum? Is this a hit snare drum? Nah, this is probably not a hit kick drum. This is probably not a hit snare.
And that's like, it's over perfectionism.
Like hit hi-hat. And then even down to writing the bars. It's like, is this something that's like a hit? And mind you, it's like, could I see this like on the radio? Or could I see this like over here on this in this?
Looking back, a lot of Jay-Z's advice couldn't have been more wrong. Today, we all know Cole as an artist that created some of his best music through himself and his own production. But during that era, Hov told him that he didn't think Cole had it in him to produce his own records and that he needed help.
I don't understand why you're so intent on like making it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, why do you feel like you gotta like produce? Help me understand. I was just like, bro, like honestly, that's just not how I work. That's not how I see myself. His response to that was he looked right at me and he was like, yo, I don't think you can do it. Like, I think you need someone that can produce this for you. You know what I mean? That can do it. I think you.
Oh, Hov is a D-writer, man. I did not know this story. I did know the story. Now, if y'all do not, okay, so the story goes, back in 2010, J. Cole was the first artist signed to Jay-Z's label Roc Nation, right? Very first artist signed. Well, around that time, Drake started making waves. Jay-Z was hearing what Drake was putting on the radio. His own artist wasn't putting as much commercial shit. It was more raw shit. This nigga Jay-Z in the club had the nerve with him, Cole, and Drake all together to ask for Drake to give his own artist a handout. Can you give him help, man? Help my man. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? Help him out. Give him a verse or something. That's shady as shit. And that's weird as fuck. If I'm Cole, I'm looking at him like, bro, should I really sign to Roc? Like, get it. All respect to Jay-Z. He's a legend in his own right? Billionaire, blah, 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 woo. You don't say that about your own artist, bro. That's just me. And I would have been felt some type of way if I was Cole from that very start. Like, ever since
producer.
that.
And like, he's like, I don't think you can do it.
And this
Is
isn't
to say
even a
that
fault
I don't think you
of
can do it.
I believe he was trying to apply a format that worked for him and many others
Selfish.
to an artist that was clearly different. A lot of people already know that Cole really struggled to find that first hit record, but I don't think they realized just how bad this got. Remember, he dropped the Inevitable podcast, and those 10 episodes really explains this a lot. Like, you gotta watch it.
I wanted my first album to be the heralded
Reasonable Doubt,
Illmatic, because that's how I thought it was supposed to go.
Not having that undisputed classic out the gate really wore on J. Cole. He didn't get to make the album that he always dreamed of, because as a creator, one of the worst things you could ever do is force art. The moment where
And I truly believe, y'all, sorry for pausing it so much. I truly believe, y'all, that if J. Cole would have kept Friday Night Lights in the vault and then signed to Hove and he dropped Friday Night Lights, it would have been a reasonable doubt, because Friday Night Lights is like a fucking classic. Like, classic.
where you find yourself thinking about what other people want or trying to cater to a certain crowd, that's one of the slipperiest slopes you could go down as a creator, and that's exactly what J. Cole was doing.
It happened.
Incest, cause she wanna marry daddy. Now if you take me home, girl, that's gonna make
Ew,
your
the
parents
production on that
was
shit is
supposed to be
terrible.
the main single for the Sideline Story, because Hove loved it, and Cole told him this.
And it's me, Mark, and Jay in the office.
Oh,
And
hell
I said,
no.
Yo, bro. I was like, I can't do this, dog. Like, I can't put this song out. I was like, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. I like, when I listen to the song, this shit is mastered, and I realize, bro, I get sick. Like, I literally feel like a sellout. Like, that's what I feel like.
And this is a really early example of a trait that J. Cole has that makes him so special. He's quite literally one of the most self-aware rappers of all time.
Yeah.
And that's because he's mastered the art of self-correction. This is another topic that I'm going to be exploring in a future video. With Sideline Story and even Born Sinner, he realized eventually he wasn't being who he was, right? And he fixed it. When J. Cole made 2014 Forest Hills Drive, he had a series of rules that he set in place. He called them contracts, basically rules that he couldn't break. And one of those rules was to never make art that you don't actually love. And this is really important because he didn't get to apply that logic to his first couple albums. If you've seen Pharrell's Lego movie, the one where he's walking you through his life, you'll recognize this pattern immediately. At one point, Pharrell turned into the industry's go-to guy for hits. If an artist needed a big record, you sent them to Pharrell. And that sounds like a dream until it isn't, because the exact same thing became a trap. The same trap millions of creators fall into.
And what is that?
When the world starts rewarding you for one thing, you stop making art for the reason that you started, and you start making it for approval, the numbers, and the expectations.
I mean, but that happens with everyone, though. That happens with everyone, so you can't really put it to one, like, that's everybody. If you listen to Drake's very first shit, everyone says Take Care. That, to me, Take Care was the last of Drake's raw shit. Once Nothing Was the Same, that's when he was catering to everybody. He became a pop star. J. Cole, it's never really happened. I would say, okay, I can't say, and J. Cole's My Glorious King, once KOD started coming out, that's when I figured out, okay, it's not like it used to be. KOD is his worst album, to me, I think, followed by his worst album being The Off Season. I think those two albums did not need to come out. They were very Very commercial. I mean, that happens with every artist, though. They're going to start cater. What brings money? Okay, we're going to double down on this. Like, it's not.
That's why in Cole's Disc 2 Track 2 video, that room with all the items keeps showing up over and over again.
Why?
That's because that room isn't just a set. That room is the source. It represents where Cole started, and more importantly, why he started. It's the exact same thing Pharrell had to do, and honestly the same thing that I'm doing in 2026, because at a particular point, I completely lost myself on this channel. The Drake and Kendrick battle completely destroyed my confidence and creativity.
How?
I went from someone that would say, this video is a banger, I'm proud of it, I put everything into it, to I don't think this will work, I don't think they'll like this, I think this idea is stupid.
Dirt.
Rick Rubin's got an amazing book called The Creative Act, and it talks about all this stuff.
It's something I say in the book is that the audience comes last. I'm not making it for them. I'm making it for me. Turns out that when you make something truly for yourself, you're doing the best thing you possibly can for the audience. Yeah. If you go to the movies, so many big movies just not good. It's because they're not being made by a person who cares about it. They're being made by people who are trying to make something that they think someone else is going to like. And that's not how art works. Art doesn't, that's something else. It's not art. That's commerce.
Look, it's not a coincidence that at 36 years old, we watched JCole fulfill a childhood hoop dream and play professional ball. He didn't do that because he thought he was going to the NBA. He didn't do it to be the best player on the court. He did it for him. And that's the thorough line with Cole, because he did it for him.
Ooh. Cole! Not gonna lie, buddy. Nikes, whatever those are, with no socks. That's pushing. That's nasty. That's nasty work.
Cole, because he keeps showing up as the guy who chooses Jermaine. That's why in the video he signs the wall as Jermaine was here instead of J. Cole, because if we're being honest, that's the person he's given us. Whether it's telling Jay-Z at a young age, I can't do that record, or checking off a hoop dream in his mid-30s, or realizing he needs to make the art that he actually loves, or even doing something like apologizing in the battle, those aren't industry moves or rapper moves. Those are human moves. And people could say whatever they want about this. Like, for me, I respect it. In my last video, I said I felt he would drop a mixtape called It's a Boy before we got the fall off, and today Jadakiss seemed to confirm that that is happening.
He got project coming out called The Fall Off, and he got a mixtape where he used some of the locks. He rhymed over Money, Power, Respect, and he rhymed over Can I Live. Killed them shits. Cole is coming back in a major way.
So just think about this, right? He's gonna be going in on classic instrumentals from other rappers. He's literally rewinding. He's going back in time. The tape will be called It's a Boy because back in the day, that's what mixtapes were for us. In fact, J. Cole even said that if it wasn't for Drake and how he approached So Far Gone, he would have just put a tape out rapping over instrumentals.
The one was gonna be all freestyles, like Dedication, like Lil Wayne Dedication, which I loved. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just kill all these freestyles. But what happened was, the minute Drake dropped So Far Gone, the game instantly changed.
And this is a big part of the theme, because like back then he felt like, if I don't do what Drake is doing and like where the industry is going, it's not gonna work. Like I gotta change my plans, which is like really the opposite, complete opposite of who he is now. It feels like J. Cole is going back to fulfill the version of his story that got interrupted.
Wait, so like back then, mixtapes were meant that you rap over other people's. I did not know that.
Pressure, deadlines, and the hit obsession. The one thing that Cole eventually learned is that he's most fulfilled and makes the best art when he does what he wants to do. It's almost like the fall off is all those moments where people told him, you can't put out just a rapidy rap album, you'll be cooked. You'll fall off, you need a single. The Drake mixtape method is the new way of the industry. Everyone's following this format now. This is how you find success. However, now it's completely different for him because he understands the power.
Well, he already has an audience too,
and doing what you love to do.
Like, let's be honest, if J. Cole was just starting out nowadays, our attention span is it would take way. I'm not saying he wouldn't get big like he is now, but it would take way longer.
So it seems
Niggas don't like rapidy rap shit. They just want to hear bullshit.
he's going back in time to do those things over and in the way that he had always intended. One more piece of info I will give you from my upcoming video is this. There are a few clocks shown in that music video and they all move except for the clock on his desk. That clock always stays on the exact same time. It's as if time is frozen while he's in that room. And with that said, I'll leave it with this.
Which is exactly what I want. I wanted that shit to stop time. You know what I mean? Like, and the nigga just ran out of gas and didn't.
This nigga's so crazy and nasty. He's such a genius.
Didn't really have it. Like, just ran out of steam.
Bitch, I'm about to blow
up. Yeah, that was great. Good shit. What's the dirt? I didn't catch none of that when I watched the video. What do y'all think, y'all? My Glorious King's about to drop the Fall Off. We will be reacting to that full album, full detailed album, lyric, everything, bro. I want to get the vinyl. I'm thinking about getting the vinyl. That will be the only thing played in this house on February 6th, all the way up until Valentine's Day, damn near. So what are y'all thoughts, man? 10 out of 10 album? I think so.